Hello, friends, Gary Goals, and fellow poets. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Let me sit up. I'm slumped over. Hello, let me turn my heater off as well. Oh, I forgot to get a drink. Oh dear, I forgot to go and get a drink. Never mind, we're going to battle for it. Hello, welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Uh, I have not got any topics for discussion tonight because it's been a really crazy. Thank you for those hearts coming in already. 3 likes already. You guys are nailing it. You guys are nailing it. I haven't got any topics because it's been a super busy, busy time, busy week trying to get the magazine finalized. There's a lot going on with the magazine, which is great. So, and I felt really burnt out. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on at the moment. So, I said I'd take yesterday off completely, not think about a thing, just to relax because I have that bad habit of burning out, and I was getting to that point. So I knew I had to take a break. Same today as well. I really didn't do very much, but I might have played a bit of Company of Heroes on the PC. So yes, it's my fault we don't have any topics, but I really needed to just switch off for a little bit. So that's okay. We're gonna have a real. We did this once before and we got through it. So we're just gonna chat and hang out, and it's gonna be calm and relaxed, no pressure. 5 likes already. Thank you so much, guys. As you know, I always wait until I get so paranoid with this mic and breathing in. Right, I'm gonna move it here so hopefully you don't hear me breathing in so much. Um, yeah, we hit 5 likes already. You guys know that usually I say get to 5 likes and we'll start the conversation. At this point, as soon as we start, we're on 5 likes because you guys are awesome. So thank you for that. Let me catch up in the chat. Hi everyone, hope you've all had a good week. Having to pop out, so we'll stay connected, but in the background, as usual. Hi everybody, hi Dazzle in the Dark. Happy February. Oh yes, it's the 1st of February today. I told you guys, I've just lied to you guys. Well, not really. I haven't, but I did actually have an idea for a topic, but I feel like it's too soon. I was gonna do a topic on love poems because that seems to be a topic within our little community. Obviously, I reacted to that video. Um, but I think we'll do something on love poetry a little bit closer to Valentine's. That's what I'm thinking anyway. And so I did have an idea, but I thought it's too early for that and didn't come up with a substitute. But yes, happy February, everyone. Blimey, we're in February 2024 already. January went quick. Or was that just me? January feels like it went quick and it's a long month, so that's not a good sign. Hello, Dee Dee. Hi, y'all. Hello, Mythical Meter. Hi, Delgirl Dazzle BB Tanya. Hi, BB. I missed your one. Is there no beanie emoji? I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to get. Maybe I'll get a channel. Oh, I can't. I'm full on channel membership emojis. How many have we got? We got one, two, three, four, five. I've got five. I need more members to unlock emojis, but when we get to that point, maybe I'll create a beanie emoji. It seems to be something everyone appreciates, this beanie. Love the love note video. Yeah, it was such a good piece of content. I wish I could remember the original creator's name. It was something like it begins with TH, I think. But if you go to that channel, guys, they've got quite a few videos in the same vein. She does very good, very good videos. Hi, poets. Hello, poets. Hello, garage poets. Welcome back to the live stream. I've been getting some good messages from you guys since our last live stream about supporting each other. So I'm glad that you guys are all connecting and stuff. That's wicked. The topic of what to write when my mind is like the inside of a swarm of bees. Okay, let's go with that. Hey, listen, these live streams are all a bit of fun, so let's go with that. Let's talk about what to write when your mind is like the inside of a swarm of bees. I guess first we have to kind of ask ourselves what that is. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So what does it feel like to have your head feeling like a swarm of bees? Is is that there's a lot going on in your life, or is that there's so many poems itching and dying to get out that they're like poking your brain? Let me out, let me out, let me out. Extract the honey. Hello, Eric Strand. Welcome to the live stream. Great answer. There's honey in the middle of that herb. You guys are on, yeah, you guys are on point. I like that. I never thought about that. Extract the honey. Very good. There's honey in the middle of that. You guys were quick on that. Wow. Hi, guys. I'm not going to be able to join you all tonight. Uh, oh, as I have a relative in the hospital. I'm sorry, Nikki, but I wanted to say have a great one and I'll watch the replay. See you all on Sunday. I'm very sorry to hear that, Nikki. I hope things turn out okay. Uh, I'm just gonna because I'm kind of slumped in the chair today. I'm just relaxing. But wishing you all the best and your relative all the best and good vibes, healing vibes your way, Nikki. Hi, Nikki. I'm so sorry. Please be safe and warm wishes to your relative for healing and peace. Absolutely, I second that. The queen is in the middle. Yes, all right. You guys are really rolling. I like it. Yeah. The queen is in the middle. Get that poem out. Extract that honey and get the queen out on the page. You guys put it so your the way you guys put it was far, far better than me. That's when you go out for a walk. Yeah, sit in nature. People watch anything to stop the buzzing. All the best for your relative. Yes, we're all sending you and your relative good energy and healing vibes, Nikki. I think, okay, so let me just kind of, I'm just thinking about what mystical me to put in the chat, what to write when your brain is feeling like bees. To me, that says like there's a lot going on in your brain, which kind of relates to how I've been feeling in a sense. I've been feeling very burnt out by the end of this. Well, by what? Let's say by Monday slash Tuesday. By Sunday, to be fair, I was kind of feeling very burnt out and I needed to take a breath. Um, so maybe my brain wasn't feeling like a swarm of bees, but there was still lots going on in my head that I had to do and attend to. And in the past, I wouldn't give myself like a set day when I said, right, after that day, I'm going to turn off. So, for example, this week I said after Tuesday evening, I'm going to just switch off for 2 days. I never did that before, but I think if that's what you're referring to, Herb, like there's a lot going on in your mind. What Tanya said about just stopping and sitting in nature and just taking a breath is really, really helpful. We got to we got to stop the mind from being crazy so that all the good stuff can come through. All the best. Yeah. Oh yeah, take your pen and notepad. Absolutely. I actually love the idea. Honey on the page. Such a sweetness. There's some poetica for you. There's a metaphor for a poetica poem that could slide into something interesting. Yeah, honey on title page with a queen to save. Yeah, sounds like a good Ars Poetica right there. I like that, Herb. I agree with you, Adam. Brain overload. Yeah, lol. I had thought you were switching off till Tuesday at earliest from all the magazine work. So, yeah, I'm gonna. Told myself that I would give myself yesterday and today completely like to myself, just playing games all day and just laying on my bed. But I had a difficult day today, which disrupted that. So now I've given myself until Monday morning to just calm down a little bit and not get carried away with things. Walking meditation on a forest trail. Do you know what? I'm really lucky because 2 minutes away from me are two great big lakes with multiple trails around them, and I love doing walking meditation there. It's really peaceful, especially in the spring and in the summer. But even now in the winter when it's all muddy, I mean, we're coming out of winter now, thank goodness, but it's just a really lovely place. I've taken many great photos over there as well. I had a little photo shoot with Harry last weekend, so it's a nice place to just walk and escape and breathe. So I hope that kind of helped you, Mythical Meter. There you go. See, this is what I mean, guys. Like, feel free to put any kind of crazy thing in the chat. As always, keep it respectful, not politics or religion related, stuff like that. But otherwise, anything poetry related, even if it sounds crazy, put it in the chat and we'll discuss it and we'll just run with it. So yeah, here we go again. I was up late last night as well. I didn't close my eyes until midnight, and then I was up for work at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So I've not had too much sleep, which doesn't help. Sleep is so important, guys. I'm sure everyone knows that at this point, but sleep is super important. Says the guy who didn't sleep. Normally I sleep really well, which you wouldn't guess because of the amount of times I yawn on these live streams. But normally, these days, I go to like no kidding, I go to sleep at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Gra- You know, I do wake up early, but it's important for me to get enough sleep. I normally get about 9 hours sleep, which is more than the recommended. I never used to be like that though. I was very much a night owl once upon a time. When the mind's abuzz, I find ambient music or drone helps focus and ground the creativity a bit. Nice. Okay. Um, white noise is very good, isn't it? I recently, well, I say recently, maybe 5, 6 months ago, discovered white noise. I think it's called white noise. No, it's not white noise. I think it's black noise, right? One of them is super like focusing and calming. It came up as an advert on my Instagram for that Calm app, and then I just YouTubed. I think it's called Black Noise, and I just YouTubed it, and you can get like 8 hours of it that I fall asleep to sometimes, or I put it on just to focus. But I have started taking on days when I'm like when I know I need to get a lot done, um, and I'm not really feeling super motivated. Goodness me. I've started taking this lion's mane mushroom, and I can't tell if it works or if it's just my brain telling me it works. But when I take it, I do seem to be super laser focused. So when the mind, yeah, the sleep is why you have nice skin. Oh, I don't know if I have nice skin, do I? Might be brown nose. Brown noise. I thought you said brown nose. Brown noise. Maybe it is brown noise then. Maybe it's not black noise. Maybe it's brown noise. It's one of the two. I haven't listened to it for a while, to be fair. I completely forgot that it was a thing, but it does help. Eric, the drone is great. I love the bee incorporation. Yeah. Yeah, that was clever. That didn't go unnoticed, by the way, Eric. That didn't go unnoticed. The drone. I don't think I've listened to that. Or drone helps focus and ground. Okay, drone. I'll have to look that up. I take a 10 mushroom powder every day and it's brilliant. Okay. Which mushrooms are in that one? Because there was one I was looking at called quadricept, I think. And then someone said something, I think on one of these live streams, like I've seen one of these sort of doomsday films. And then I looked up the fungi or the parasite that makes ants, like controls ants, right? And it was quadriceps, and I thought, oh, I'm sure it's not as potent on us clearly, but still, kind of made me second guess the idea of using mushrooms. But just so everyone's clear, these mushrooms, if you don't aren't aware, they're not like the psychedelics or anything like that. Sleep is important, as well as plenty of water. Yep. I'm fighting it. I've been trying to fight it, and it's gone. Okay. We're very, very rapidly approaching a record, I think. We're almost at 10 likes already, guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, if you've just dropped in and you haven't already, please hit that like button, get us to 10 likes. Sleep is important, as well as plenty of water. We use white noise machine in our bedroom. Sounds like a waterfall, yeah. My daughter and granddaughter are here for a visit. I'll be in and out. No problem, Mythical Meter. That's cool. Lion's Mane, that's the one I use. Chana, Turkey Tail, nice. Ah, okay. So cordyceps. Yeah, that's the one that kind of I was like, oh, that's the one that makes ants kill themselves. And yeah, oyster, shiitake, mistake, nice. Mistake, I guess, not mistake. Messima. They all do different things. Cordyceps helps with brain function. A pleasant ambient track for anyone interested would be Rhubarb by Aphex Twin. Okay, Aphex Twin. I'll have to check that out. I like to watch if I need to kind of just lay on my bed and take a moment like this, I like to put on library ambience, like old library ambience where they've put like the fire crackling and like rain patting outside and stuff. It is fun. Or there's like night train ones. I like to, if I'm really struggling, I like to put on night train ambience and pretend I'm on a train across, Europe or something throughout the night. Yeah, fantasizing that escape, I guess. Have you made it to the open mic you were talking about? Which open mic was I talking about? Which one was that? I've spoken about a couple. I have a very busy week next week. Next week is the February edition of Poetry Lounge on the Wednesday. Then on the Thursday is an open mic in Windsor, which is closer to me. No, hang on. Wednesday is Highgate. Thursday is Windsor. Friday is something else. Then I've got a week off, and then the week after is Verve Poetry Festival. So don't forget, guys. It's looking likely that I won't be doing the live streams that week, the Thursday and the Sunday of Verve Poetry Festival. I really wanted to do. I thought it'd be a great opportunity, and it may still happen. We'll figure it out closer to the time. I wanted to do one of these live streams on networking. Sorry, guys, I apologize. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to stop yawning. Maybe just punch myself on the jaw so it hurts, and then I won't do it. No, I'm not doing that. Anyway, on the Thursday, I was thinking the Thursday live stream. I wanted to do a live stream on networking because it comes up quite often in these live streams. And I thought it would be a good opportunity not only to talk about networking, but actually network and have a guest on the live stream for the first time, because we've also spoken about collaboration. I've also spoken about wanting to have guests on the channel, and I thought it would be like a perfect moment where it all comes together, but I haven't managed to find anyone that's definitely up for it yet. So it may still happen, but there's a chance that it won't. I'm working on some ASMR stuff. Yes, BB, I think you will be perfect for that. Some ASMR poetry readings would be perfect for you, I think. Shorty McDuff, hello, welcome to the live stream. I don't think we've seen you here before, so welcome. Have you been trying any new or old poetic forms lately that you would recommend trying out? I haven't been writing nearly enough. I had a little surge, and I think I'm going to get back to writing from next week. Yeah, from next week, because I've just been really laser focused on this magazine. BB Ezra, who's in the chat, BB is helping me in certain aspects, and we've kind of been just making sure we've got that solid, like, sorted, because I really want this magazine to fly high this year. I've set a lot of targets this year, as you guys know. That's one of them, which is taking the magazine to new heights, which I think we've probably really already achieved, but that doesn't mean we can go easy on ourselves, does it, BB? But back to the actual question. So I haven't really been writing, no, unfortunately. I wish I had, but maybe next week I'll try a new form. But we were just talking about something that Herb put in the chat about what to do what to write about when your brain feels like a swarm of bees, and the guys were putting in some great metaphors in the chat, which could relate to writing a poem, which is known as poetica. I think it's Ars Poetica or it's Lars Poetica, which is basically a poetry form where you write about poetry. So you could have an extended metaphor poem of poetica based around extracting honey. I mean, the brain kind of looks like a beehive as well, right? Or not really? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I just embarrassed myself. But you know the typical like cartoon beehive or bee nest, wasp nests? I don't know. Shut up, Adam, you're talking nonsense. Basically, long story short, no, I haven't. But thank you for asking. How about you? Do you have a shorty and everyone in the chat, do you have a favorite form of poem? What's everyone's favorite form of poem? I started an in-person open mic near me. We had the first one last week. Congratulations, Garage Poets. I vaguely remember you actually mentioning something about that, perhaps. I do remember us all congratulating you on something. But that's awesome that you started an in-person one. I hope it went well, and I hope it grows. Garage, was it fun? Was it in your garage? We chatted about some pretty interesting forms last stream. How do we get past a big creative block? Oh, that's a difficult one. How do we get past a big creative block? Part of me wants to say don't worry about it. But you don't want to get too familiar and too comfortable with not worrying about it that you stop worrying about it, right? I would say take a deep breath. As we've already spoken about, as Tanya has already recommended, go for walks in nature. I think that helps both to calm the mind and also to find inspiration. Another thing I'm a firm believer of is the uh, law of attraction, but also within that, the very scientifically proved use of the subconscious. You have to remember that the conscious brain is something like 10% of the functionality of the brain. I don't know how to speak, but you guys are with me, I'm sure. So what I find helps is before bed, ask yourself for a great idea for a poem, and then just stop. Just don't think about it again and go to bed. And what you're when I say ask yourself, you have to say, when I wake up, I want an idea for a good poem, and then go to bed. And then while you're sleeping, your subconscious is working away at finding the solution to that question. And then you wake up, you go about your day, You get in the shower, and suddenly you'll have an idea for a poem. Um, there is a science behind that, and we've spoken about it before on the stream, which is why when you're having a shower or when you're sort of minding your own business, when you're cooking or whatever, ideas seem to come to you from nowhere, but actually your subconscious has kind of been working away at that for a while, and it has finally pushed it through to the conscious mind. Right now, I've been noodling on Shakespeare's sonnet form versus the Italian form. Ah, yes, yes. So Shakespeare obviously was inspired by the Italian form. I've tried to create my own form called closed caption poetry, where each line is like a CC from a movie. Door creaks, woman shudders. Interesting. Okay, that's cool, Eric Strand. I'd like to. Maybe you can give us an example of a poem. I know you've only got 200 characters, but I'd like to see that. When I get blocked, I try to figure out. You mean creatively? I wondered what was happening, then someone blocked you. When I get blocked, I try to figure out what else that is related to in my life and nurture the aspect of myself that are stronger and try to support that weaker aspect with rest, good food, time. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You have to kind of there is a certain element of having to accept that, you might be a bit creatively blocked at the moment and kind of let it go and stop worrying about it. Because again, it's so powerful what your subconscious can do. And when you let things go, um, things tend to come forward. Sometimes an idea pops up when watching a silly, mindless movie. Yeah. Yeah. I love that as well, Eric. Yeah, that's awesome. If you can share one with us, I'd really appreciate it. We can all kind of get an idea and understanding of um of your form. By the way, guys, just to let you know, I do have to head out to a rehearsal this evening. The rehearsal starts at 7:30, so I may have to just do like part one plus 30 minutes. We'll see how things go, but I may have to dash off in about an hour from now, just to let you guys know, just to give you a heads up. Also, hello if you're watching this on playback. Please do leave a comment. I do check the comments regularly on these live streams. Usually, I check the latest one. I don't go back from all of them, but I do try and regularly check the comments. So if you have anything to add to these discussions. I know lately the comment section is getting more and more popular on playback, so thank you so much if you are leaving comments. But yeah, do just because you're watching playback, don't feel like you can't get involved in the discussion. Please do leave a comment. That's true. All of that mental fatigue is likely the major problem. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As I say, these last 2 days I've just been playing games and I just feel so much better for it. You know what's funny? This is completely off topic. This is completely off topic. I don't know if you guys have it in the States or anywhere else where you may be watching from, but here in the UK we have a TV show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, where basically celebrities go into a jungle in Australia completely stripped of their phone. They're basically camping in the jungle and they've got to get nice meals, they've got to complete tasks. Uh, a lot of which I don't agree with, such as standing in a tub of bugs. I know it sounds stupid to some people, but to me, every life matters. And so if you're chucking, thousands of bugs into a tank and people are like crawling around to get these stars, then obviously bugs are getting squished. Anyway, that could come under politics, I guess. But I'm reading a book right now by Ross Kemp, who is the son of Martin Kemp, who was in Spandau Ballet back in the 80s. and now he's a big radio DJ, and he's written a really great book on mental health. Unfortunately, um, his friend self-cancelled, and so he wrote this book about how important it is for men to share their feelings and their thoughts and stuff. Anyway, long. I always go about things very. I go the long way around to get to a point. He was in the jungle, and he was talking about how sad he was to be leaving the jungle because he knew that it meant he had to go back to his phone, he had to go back to social media, he had to go back to his 9 to 5, whereas before he was just, living in the jungle, surviving in the jungle, and was just away from so much pressure. Anyway, I kind of got into watching different celebrity get me out of here videos on YouTube, and so many people say the same thing about it was like the best time because they didn't have their phone attached to them. They didn't have social media in their pockets. They didn't have all these um, pressures in life. I don't know why I got onto that. We were talking about something, mental fatigue, I guess. Yeah, we were talking. Matthew mentioned mental fatigue, and it's just important to leave your phone alone for a little while, I think. Some people give bugs names and let them live in their showers. I don't know who does that, BB. Okay, Eric has posted his demonic snarling, gasps, eerie moaning, taps, hurried footsteps, door slams, throaty breathing, cell phone chatters, gun clicks, shot rings out, sighs, grunt, wheeze, thud. That's awesome. That's super creative, Eric. What made you think of doing that? I'd like to know, like, where the chain of thought for that came from. I think that's really, I think that's really, really cool. I think that's what the world needs. The world needs uh, innovative ideas now. I think there aren't. I mean, prove me wrong, and you probably can prove me wrong, but at least my exposure to things, there's not really many innovative ideas or innovative thinkers anymore. We've kind of just settled. Have we? I don't know. Maybe I'm not really giving that enough thought, but I always think it's cool to see people doing new things. I really appreciate how invested you are in providing opportunities for other poets. Yeah, absolutely, Garage. Keep it up, keep it up. I have a spider named Doris, technically Doris 3 now, a little tunnel weaver that lives in a loose skirting board. Oh wow, okay, cool. Is, okay, so Doris 3 because um there's been three, I guess. BB, nope, nope, nope. What? Did I miss something there? What's that? Nope, nope, nope. Some people give, probably some people give bugs names. Shorty McDuff, I love that. Is Shirley the third the offspring of the first Shirley? I've tried, That's So Unique. I love that. I've tried Sestina lately and a eulogy in pant, pantome form. I don't think I've come across that before. Pantome form. I don't think I've come across that last one. I watched too many movies, probably. Fair enough, but that's cool. I do genuinely respect that. I respect that kind of seeing, I guess, the CC, the yeah, the CC, and thinking creatively and turning that into something. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. I watched too many movies, no idea if the spiders are related, but they always show a month after the last, so maybe. I like that. I like that. Why did I call Doris Shirley? There's a bit of a different name there. Bit of a different name. Not sure where you got Shirley from. I was thinking Vincent Price movies. Guys, prove me wrong about the innovator mindset in arts. I know obviously we're going through a lot of innovation is in the technology department, clearly, and AI and um, smartphones. They're always getting more powerful and more capable and more functionality. But in terms of art, I think we need innovators. We need innovation. So yeah, I commend you, Shorty McDuff. I suppose you could say social media, posting for social media, maybe poetry films. But in the grand scheme of things, and how long poetry has been around, right? Poetry films are quite an innovation, perhaps. Of course, Eric Strand and Shorty. Sorry. I just realized I said Shorty was the creator of that poem. I apologize, Eric. Sorry, I got my people mixed up. My bad. And Shorty, my apologies to Doris. So BB has given the wrong name to Doris, and I've given the wrong name to Eric. My apologies, guys. I do apologize. If I were able, I'd send her a nice shoe fly pie to make up for getting her name wrong. Shoe fly pie. I'm guessing that's just a bunch of flies. I've never heard of shoe fly pie. Absolutely no worries. No, my bad. That was my bad. Shoe fly pie. Oh, by the way, guys, by the way, in a previous stream, Herb brought up the idea of wall art poetry. And I kid you not, either the universe providing or the fact that they seriously track us through our phones and they listen to everything we say. Not long after that, I found someone on Instagram that does that very thing. I'm going to try and get their Instagram name because I think it's really, really cool. And I want to try and get in touch with them with the magazine just to get an interview or just to spotlight them. Let me see if I can find it. Let me put in wall. Oh, I had it then. Where was it? The writing is on the wall. If you guys can see that, I think what they're doing is really, really cool, like the Banksy of poetry world, which is something we spoke about. So go to Instagram and look up all one word. The writing is on the wall. Dot art. I think it's really, really cool what they're doing. Really, really cool. And from what I can tell, it's not permanent either. They're like gluing it on bits of paper. So it's not like doing permanent damage. I say damage, but yeah, definitely check him out. I'd love to spotlight him and even interview him. Yes, a shoe fly pie. They are delicious. I've never come across this before. There we go, Tanya Hall. Eric, I was thinking Vincent Price movies. Yeah, I think I just love that idea of being inspired by something and creating something new out of that. So again, yeah, awesome, Eric. I tell you what we're gonna do, guys, because we're only gonna have one Well, we're not going to have two part. Well, I'm talking nonsense. We are going to have two parts, but because we're going to be finishing at 6:30 my time, which is in about 48 minutes. I'm going to quickly break because I didn't, in all the, I was running a little bit behind, let's be honest. I'll tell you the truth. I was running a bit behind. So, in all my haste to set up and be here on time for you guys, I forgot to make a coffee or grab a drink, and I can feel my throat drying up a little bit. So, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break now, and then we'll have another 45 minutes when we come back to kind of just discuss whatever you guys want to talk about. This gives you a good opportunity to look up the writings on the wall, one word, dot art on Instagram. And I'll be back in 5 minutes, guys. Sorry, I can feel my throat drying up and getting a bit sore. So see you in 5 minutes, guys. Okay, we're back. We're back. And I've got my trusty coffee. So let me just get everything in order. I believe the pie is a US thing. Yes, for sure. So are there actual flies in this pie? Surely, surely not. Surely it's just the name. Much like the British the British cuisine spotted dick isn't actually spotted dick. Back in art school, when QR codes were on the rise, I did sticker art using them with haikus hidden inside. That's cool. They were for they were fun to design. That's really, really cool. Okay, so there are some innovative minds around. That's awesome. Awesome. Hey, hello, Vidu. Welcome to the live stream. Wow, we're getting some. It's really great to see so many new faces in tonight. Thank you so much for being here. We got 12 viewers at the moment, but only 8 likes. So if you haven't liked that video yet, what are you doing? Hit that like button. It really helps the video once it gets uploaded to the channel as a playback, and the channel, guys, the channel is soaring. Look at that subscriber count over here. Every time we go live, there, we've jumped so many subscribers, so it's awesome. The channel is really making some moves lately. How are you? I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm waking up. You guys always, you guys always inject me with energy when I do these things. I usually start them in a bad mood and Mr. Grumpus, but then I get to hang out with you guys, and that all changes. So thank you. How are you, Vidu? How are you? How was your week? Wow. Shorty and Eric, are you two at the Cove? Please stay in touch. Your ideas are brilliant and inspiring. Yes, if you guys don't know about the Poetry Cove, it's a company I started. It's the world's most extensive poetry community, but we do have a forum over there where you can well, most of the people in the chat right now are on the Poetry Cove, and we have a forum where we discuss things. So it'll be great to have two innovative minds like yourself, or yourselves, I should say, plural, over on the Poetry Cove. Food-wise, I want to try an Irish spice bag someday. Who names these? What is an Irish spice bag? I had haggis for the first time yesterday, by the way, guys. I'm alright, I guess. I'm new to writing poems. Week been good. Awesome. Well, it's good to have you. You're surrounded by great people and awesome poets. There's some very great poets in the chat right now. So hopefully you found your home for poetry. I'll definitely check out the Poetry Cove. Yeah, awesome. It would be great to see you guys over there. Please do. I'm always very, very nervous to take my first sip of coffee because obviously it's cold out here. For those of you who don't know, I sit in this is my garden shed, this is my writing space, but it's chilly. So obviously naturally there's a lot of steam coming off of this, which just makes me worry. But here we go. Small baby sips. Small baby sips. So, what do you guys want to talk about for part two? Where are we at, guys? What's on the agenda? Did you go out with the ghost of Robert Burns? That can be trouble, Adam. Yes, yes, I went on the hunt. No, I didn't, but it was inspired by Burns Night. We've got a really great Burns Night thread over on the Poetry Cove again, and everyone just reading it is really kind of bringing back Burns Night, and I thought it was a good night, so I was inspired to try haggis for the first time. It just tastes like mince, like on um spaghetti, what you have with spaghetti bolognese and stuff like that. Uh, I'm sure if there are any Scottish people watching this, they'll shoot me for saying that, but it's akin to that. Let's say that. So, what's on the agenda for part two, folks? What are we going to talk about? What's the first thing that comes to mind when I ask you what you want to talk about? Let's keep it poetry related, though. As mythical meter Herb put in the chat, um, what to write when your brain feels like a swarm of bees. It can literally be anything, and we'll discuss it. Just keep it respectful, keep it away from politics and religion. Just, just keep it about poetry because we're a poetry channel, right? But other than that, whatever comes to mind, put it in the chat and we'll discuss it, no matter how crazy it might be. Oh, so my extension cable just launched off of my table. Maybe the ghost of Robert Burns is here. Maybe there is a ghost of Robert Burns right now. Interesting. Did you the e-politics of poetry? The e-politics of poetry. Are we talking about like whether we like Insta poetry and stuff like that? Is that what you mean? Oh, do you just mean the politics? Sorry, I was being really dense there. I just realized there's an accidental space. It's just the politics of poetry, isn't it? Not the e-politics of poetry. Oh dear. Okay, let's talk about the politics of poetry. Oh no, no politics. We're not allowed to talk about politics. Is that was the joke? The whole thing just went over my head. I'm sorry, mythical meter. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I've let you all down. I've let you all down. That was an embarrassment. Oh dear. We can talk about e poetry. As a poet, how do we know when we've toiled over a poem long enough? That's a good question. That's one that comes up quite often. The debate between a good amount of editing and over editing. And I hope that the guys in the chat will come up with a good question for good answer for that. For me, what would my answer be off the bat? The first thing that comes to mind, first bit of advice for me, it would be when you've left it alone. I think a poem should probably be edited, should probably have a minimum of three drafts, right? You got the first draft, which is just, writing from the soul and just writing everything that comes to mind, writing it down and getting it as a first draft done. Then you put it in the drawer for a week. I'd say a minimum of a week, probably not any longer than 3 weeks. In fact, I wouldn't recommend 3 weeks. I'd reckon anywhere between 1 week and 2 weeks because you don't want to leave it too long that the inspiration's gone. Anyway, do that 3 times so you've got three drafts, right? And then see how you feel about it. If the initial inspiration and then the initial emotion inside of you that was there when you wrote the poem in the first place is completely gone, I would say it's probably best to leave it alone. And that doesn't mean you will never come back to it. Thank you for that heart, by the way, just a few seconds ago. I did see it. That doesn't mean that you never come back to it, but I would certainly suggest that if the impetus and the motivation and the inspiration isn't there, then you don't want to risk over editing to the point where if the soul and the emotion isn't in you and you continue working on the poem, then the soul and the emotion isn't going to be in the poem either. Eventually you'll edit it. Thank you so much for that heart. You'll edit it out of the poem. And then what good is that? If you're not feeling the love and emotion and the inspiration and the poem hasn't got it in anymore, then it's no good to anyone. So, hey man, I got to sleep. It's pretty late here. Have a great day. Thank you, Vidu, for stopping in. It was great to see you. I hope you join us again sometime soon. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, if you haven't got the heart and the soul, the poem has been edited so much that that hasn't got any heart and soul, then it's no good. So, I would suggest if you're sitting in front of the poem and not really feeling it anymore, put it in the drawer and come back to it another time. Don't throw it away. Just put it in the drawer or save it to your drive, or save it to your cloud, however you guys work, and then come back to it when you're feeling that emotion and inspiration again. By the way, I wrote this poem some days ago. I don't know whom to share, so lol, I guess I will share here. Yeah, there's only 200 characters on the chat box though, so be careful. It might cut off your poem. But again, we have a website called the Poetry Cove. There's a forum over there where you can share your poems. We love reading poems. We're all big poetry fans over there, so do check that out. The website, by the way, is www.thepoetrycove.com. That's a good question. I've edited poems after years of sitting in a dusty journal with little idea of who was on my mind at the time. Yeah, that can happen. That can happen. And that's happened to me plenty of times. I've discovered poetry drafts I don't even remember writing, and I can't go back to them. That's why I say maybe don't wait 3 weeks, because I've got poetry drafts that I can't remember writing, can't remember starting, can't remember what they're actually about or what they're saying, don't remember the initial inspiration and stuff. And so they're probably going to be lost forever. So don't wait too long between drafts, but also leave enough for you to forget. Uh, because when you write your first draft, guys, you have to remember you're in the zone, you're in the creative element. And so you think everything makes sense because it makes sense in your mind at the moment. You think everything sounds great and fresh because you're in the moment, you're buzzing, you're vibing. That's why it's important. That's why it is important to put it away for a week, calm down, I guess, and then come back at it with fresh eyes, with reader's eyes, and not you're not so convinced by your own genius, if that makes sense. Uh, I know people hate the typology stuff, but I think it has something to do with that. The way it fits into who one is in the rest of your life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know, you write things when you're feeling a certain way, and then a couple weeks later, sometimes even 2 days later, 3 days later, you're in a completely different mindset. Keep that in mind as well. How do you protect your work without paying to copyright each one? That's something I've been wondering lately. If Garage Poets is still in the chat and you are a US resident, Matthew, I believe when we had this discussion in November, I think it was, we had a big copyright stream, by the way. I suggest everyone watch that. We lost a lot of subscribers around that time, and I'm convinced we had maybe a few plagiarists amongst us. Maybe they didn't know they were plagiarists, but they were doing some shady things because our subscriber count dropped off when we started pointing fingers at a certain someone. But anyway, Garage Poets gave some really great advice for US residents. Here in the UK, we don't have what you have. Apparently, if Garage Poets isn't still here, in the US, you have like a copyright office, I think. We don't have that in the UK. So this is what we were discussing. What I normally recommend, and what I did recommend on this stream, was to get a tracked and signed for, very important, signed for, mail it to yourself, right? Go to the post office, have it in an envelope, and ask for tracked and signed for. Through that live stream and discussion, we realized that that would be quite expensive when you're doing it for each individual poem. So it's difficult. It's actually very difficult when it comes to poetry. Thanks for all the thoughtful responses, everyone. Yeah, that's what these live streams are about, Eric. We're here to just discuss and converse and just talk poetry and just have a good time hanging out. I definitely check it out. I'll definitely check it out. I'm in Canada, but it's likely similar. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure. As I say, over here, if it's like a novel, I did this for my screenplay basically, because it's one big chunk of text, right? It's one whole project. it rather than individual poems. So I got it tracked and signed for and just mailed it to myself. So it had the date in which it was delivered and tracked. And so you know that, that was my copyrighted material as of that date. But that will be so expensive if you start doing that for every poem you write. So it's difficult. If you Google the the Copyright Office, that's it. Yeah, in the US they have a Copyright Office. Canada, I'm not too sure. Now, of course, when it comes to social media, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because by posting it to social media, you have the metadata, you have the timestamp of when you uploaded it, but there are some serial plagiarists out there that we have recently discovered. Again, if you go to the Conversing with Poets playlist on the channel, you can go through all the backdated live streams. Just look for the one on plagiarism and copyright. Um, that's the other edge of the sword, is that people see your stuff online and could potentially plagiarize it. Posting it online gives you a record. Yeah, absolutely. But it also opens you up to things. But I still stand by, as concerning as it was to discover this person doing what they're doing, and a lot of you regulars know exactly what I'm talking about and who I'm talking about. As concerning as that was, I still wholeheartedly believe that there is more to gain by posting online than there is to lose, personally. In the US, you can submit a file with multiple audio files on it for an album and you submit it and lyrics. One can do that and read the poems. That's an interesting way around it. If it's free, yeah, yeah, that's an interesting way around it. hmm There's a thing here in the UK, mostly for archival, but it could work in this sense too. So when you self-publish a book, by law, you have to send a copy of that book to the British Library so they can archive it. And I'm sure they would keep records on when they received the book, and if your poem's in there, then that's proof of publication, right? Also, Nielsen will have that data of when you published your book. So if you publish a poem in a book, then that will sit on record of the publication date for the book. So if someone stole your poem after the fact, you got proof to say, hey, my poem was in this book on the 1st of February 2024. And if, someone down the line posts the same poem, you have that proof to say, well, it was in my book, months ago. So they've clearly stolen it. So I think it's a personally, and maybe I'm just saying this because I haven't been bitten by, as far as I'm aware, I haven't been bitten by plagiarism. But it's far less of an issue than I think people realize, because really all you need to prove is that it's your copyright. And to do that, you just need a date, like a solid date, which you get from social media, you get from publishing a book, you get from various other options. Um, but it might be different in other countries. I'm no expert on this. If you're really really worried, then obviously you need to speak to a copyright lawyer or solicitor. I cherry pick, but if I didn't post online, I wouldn't know what to do with all my pieces. Yeah, I definitely think there's more to gain by being online than there is to lose. Well, I do actually publish them online. Copyright in Canada was single poems for like $35. I can't speak for Canada. I can't speak for US. Here in the UK, your intellectual property starts the moment you've put the words to paper, right? That's your intellectual property. That's your copyright straight away. You don't have to register it. You don't have to do anything like that. Again, I'm no legal professional. No legal professional. I've lost my train of thought. What did I just say? Um, I'm no legal professional. The only time you need to be like on the ball when it comes to your ownership and your copyright is when you're submitting to magazines, you're signing book deals, because you're very likely, not so much magazines maybe, but books, if you're signing a book, poetry book deal, you're very likely signing away the copyright. So be aware of that. But when we're talking about like from the moment you've written a poem, the copyright, at least in the UK, is yours. You don't have to register it. All you need, again, to prove is proof that it's yours. And by doing and to do that, all you need is a um, indisputable date, a date that is registered somewhere that can't just be changed at the drop of a hat. Like a social media post, you got the metadata. Like Nielsen, you have the publication date registered, right? That sounds like that's very different on the other side of the Atlantic. But paying $35 to copyright a poem seems like a government scam to me. I'm not gonna lie. I wonder if you would work like a scientific notebook. I wonder if it would work like a scientific notebook, where if you sign and date are written in non-red ink, then it's legally bound. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. Potentially these days, possibly. If it's like a legal document that can't be reproduced and it has your signature and your date on it, then potentially. To me, I'd still say that's not foolproof enough, personally. Same in Canada. Tanya, I really feel that way about your work too. That means so much to me. I know you get it. You put your heart into it. It's nice that people read it. Oh, you guys are sharing some love tonight. That's beautiful. I love that you guys support each other. But yeah, at least in the UK, copyright isn't as big as an issue as people seem to think. But again, I'm not a legal professional. Thank you for those hearts coming in, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Oh my goodness, I'm getting so many. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna put a Gary Goyle heart emoji in the chat just so I can reciprocate. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 11 likes. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. So Adam, will you put some of your pieces online again? I mean, there's still lots of my poems on the channel. If you go to the channel homepage and scroll down, there are, gosh, I think at least two playlists. You got the poetry playlist, which is just a load of my poems, and you got the poetry films. I am thinking of writing a new poem and making a film out of it, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I'm not going to promise anything. I have an idea for a poem that I want to start working on. And I still need to edit my other acrostic poem. That's still sitting in the drawer as a first draft, so I need to tweak that. But there are I did, as I said on my community tab some days ago, there are I found some completed poems that I forgot I even had. So maybe I'll record that. There's also that shower poem again, shower thoughts. That poem I had an idea for. That's a first draft, and I've been playing with the idea of just recording that, even though it's only a first draft. I've done it before, and I'll just put in the title first draft, so you guys know it's not completed. But there was that poem, wasn't there? I've forgotten the title now. The most sorrowful tale of Blue Town, a place not too far from here. I have the first draft of that, so I was thinking maybe I'll record that. Get to it, Adam. Commit. Yeah, sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I will. I will. Please record it in the shower. That sounds dangerous. That sounds dangerous. Give myself an electric shock or just completely electrocute myself. You guys are funny. I love you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing that ASMR video, by the way, BB. And I hope you're recovering well, by the way, Mythical Meter. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe last stream you were recovering from surgery. So I hope that's going well. I hope you're recovering uh, quickly. And I can't wait to see you start putting some content on the channel as well. I have a spoken I recorded in the bath. Oh, okay, fair enough. I miss having baths. I don't have a bathtub anymore. I miss them terribly though. I used to love baths. Oh, I'd make them boiling hot, steaming boiling hot. Where I'd probably burnt myself. But I used to and turn out all the lights, complete sensory deprivation, put my headphones in. That's the only sense I had, just listening to music and oh man, I miss it so bad. Maybe we can all craft a poem about swarms of bees for Sunday. Yes. There's my challenge to you. Well, there's Mythical Meter's challenge. It's not mine at all. I nearly stole credit for that, Herb. Sorry. That's a challenge for you all. Great idea. Shall we pick a form or do we get to choose? That's what a hot tub is for. I have a hot tub as well. I miss my hot tub. I can't wait for the hot tub to come back out. I'm obsessed with baths. I take them daily. Epsom salts. Epsom salts. Now, where does that, and I asked this for a reason, Epsom salts, where does that come from? Because there is a place 20 minutes from me called Epsom, and I've always wondered if it comes from Epsom. But yeah, I do miss my hot tub. Although it when when I put it away this last year, there were three tears in it. So I don't know if it's ever going to come back. I wouldn't know how to fix it. Thank you. I haven't had pain meds since last night. Excellent. And learning why I need, oh, and learning why I need the pain meds. Not excellent. But yeah, I wish you all the best, Herb, and a speedy recovery. I think it was named for the. Okay, if it was, that's only 20 minutes away from me. I used to work security in Epsom. I know Epsom. Epsom Downs. I know Epsom very well. Do 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 loo do loo loo do do loo 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 do 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 do. Love the hot tub. We went on a 3-week cruise in the fall. Get up, grab a hot drink, and head to the hot tub. Yes. Yeah, I have one of those. I got such a good deal on it. Actually, it was usually, this is going back 2 years now. It's usually £500. It's one of these. It's called Lazy Spa or something like that. Anyway, it's usually £500 on Amazon, and I managed to get it for 210 on sale on Amazon. Brilliant deal. Like that's more than 50% off. But yeah, I've loved it ever since. I loved the hot tub. But did you know that men have there's something to do with men that um they're more likely to pass out in the hot tub, which makes sense because I was always getting lightheaded and feeling like I was going to pass out. So swarm of bees for Sunday, and we need to get Adam a new hot tub. Check. Yes, by Sunday, please. I have been looking at ice baths because apparently they're meant to be just as good. They're meant to be really good for you, ice baths. We'll see. You guys are awesome. I think I'm gonna wrap it up in a moment, guys, just because, as I say, I gotta head out and I might have a quick wash and change my clothes, get out of my comfy clothes. Somehow, somehow I got toothpaste on my hood. I don't even know how that's possible. I mean, I have an electric toothbrush, so I can understand if, like, I'm doing that and it sprays out, but how did it get on the back of my hood? I don't even understand. I'm just a mess. Ice, ice bath? Ice baths are evil. Have you done an ice bath? Have a great rehearsal, Adam. Thank you. Have you done an ice bath? I've never done one. There's a sauna at my gym, and I haven't tested that out yet. I don't know if I could sit in a sauna with strangers. I'm too socially awkward. Maybe I'll give it a go. Ice bath challenge. Write a quick interlocking rubaiyat while in a frigid ice bath. A rubaiyat. This is the second form I've been presented with tonight that I don't think I've ever heard of a rubaiyat. You're keeping me on my toes, Eric. I'm gonna have to do some research before the next stream. I keep getting pings. Sorry, guys. Yes, I have. Also, the crazy person who jumps in late in early spring. I love the sauna at my gym, but there's always nice ladies in it. Okay, fair enough. Ice bath. Brr. Brr. Yeah. Maybe I should try it first before buying one. But otherwise, I might not like it, and that's basically throwing away money, isn't it? Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call it there, if that's okay. If that's okay, my friends. I'm going to Adam's busy social life full of haggis and hot tubs. Living the dream. Haggis and hot tubs. Um, yeah, I'm gonna call it a night there, guys. I will see you on Sunday. Yes, I will see you on Sunday. Then next week will be a busy one. Next week will be a busy one, but I think I'll still do a stream on the Thursday, and then like tonight, it might just be an hour and a half before I whiz off to the open mic. And then the week after will be normal, and basically the week of the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th I'll be at Verve poetry festival in Birmingham for 4 days. So the Sunday, I highly doubt the Sunday there'll be a live stream because I need to travel back to London from Birmingham on the Sunday. And I will do my best to get a live stream on the Thursday and try and get a guest in person with me at the festival if I can. But awesome to see so many new faces. I hope you guys join us again. Eric, please do join us again. Um, Eric, I think uh, Matthew, if you're still here. Vidu, I know Vidu's gone. And Shorty McDuff, if you're still here as well, please do. It was a pleasure having you here and hosting you. Please do come back again and do check out the poetrycove.com as well. Other than that, good night, guys. Quickly take care, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Night, Eric. Do have a wonderful evening. Good night, everyone. Have a great evening, and I will see you all on Sunday. See you later.